Hi guys, I'm Woodcraft Hamster and I thought I would do another little mini knife review for you today. Now if you watch my channel you will know that I really like my knives. I can't pass up a good deal. Usually I'll buy wood carving or bushcrafting knives. This is something a little bit different. This is going to be my new EDC. Now for the time being it's going to replace my Swiss Army knife Farmer and my Kershaw AM6. And this is what I'll be carrying around with me on a daily basis. It's a slip joint folder, non-locking, under 3 inches, so perfectly legal to carry in the UK. And this is the CRKT Liong Man, and it happens to be the Heinnie Haynes edition. Now I really like this. I've been playing around with it for a few days now, and I think what I'll do, I'll bring the camera closer in and I'll show you what this little knife is all about. Right then guys, so here it is, and as I say, this is a really nice little EDC knife. You've got a deep carry belt clip on here, which I really like for an EDC because you can tuck it right down into your pocket. You've got a little lanyard loop which I may or may not keep on there. I haven't decided yet. I don't usually bother with them, but you know, I'll have a think about it. And it's just a really nice little blade. I'll give you some specs and I'm going to cheat here by using my phone. So it is, let's see, overall length closed is 9 centimeters, overall length open is 16.6. It's a spear point blade with a satin finish, hollow grind, red G10 scales. 121 grams for those of you that are interested, and it's 8CR14 MOV stainless steel. So that's all the specs out the way, and I'm going to move my phone out the way now, and I'll give you a bit of a close-up. So you've got CRKT's logo on the front there, and if I flip the blade round you will hopefully see you've got Liong Man and Heinnie Haynes little logo on there as well. And as I say, this is the Heinnie Haynes edition. They've obviously had this licensed so they can sell it with their branding on there, and I like this bright red colour. The reason being is if I'm out in the field using this and I drop it somewhere, it's going to be quite difficult to lose. You know, previously I've always gone with sort of very traditional sort of greens, blacks and browns on knives, but it does make them a lot more difficult to find if you put them down somewhere. So what else can I say about this knife? I mean, it feels nice in the hand. You've got a nice little choll down here, sits in the hand very nicely, little bit of jimping up on the top so you can kind of get your thumb in there, give you a bit more control. How does it cut? Let's have a look. So here's my little spoonchula that I'm doing the little series on at the moment, and if I just give you a quick example, this cuts really nicely, and I think I may start using this for some of my carving. It's not going to be ideal. You know, there will be a lot of things that it would potentially struggle with as a dedicated carving knife, but certainly for finishing cuts like this, and I suspect I could probably rough things out with it as well. So as I say, we have got a slip joint in here, really nice and smooth, positive lock on the half open and a positive lock on the full open, and it doesn't take a great deal of pressure to close it, but there is pressure there. You know, you can tap it and you've really got to give it some force to drop it down. It then locks into the second position, so in theory if you have just accidentally nudged it, it's not going to close completely on your fingers. That's always a risk with folding or non-locking folding knives, and you just have to take a bit more care and attention. You've got this big channel up here that I know some people will insanely call a blood groove, which it most certainly isn't. I think it's actually there for two main reasons. One is to lighten the blade a little bit, and the other one is to give you something to use with one hand opening. Now it's quite low down on the blade, and this is just an assumption on my part, but in order to open this you kind of have to reposition your hand a little bit, and I actually wonder if that's something to do with the new proposals of one-handed opening and flipper knives. You know, you can't get this open quickly. You know, if you have your hand in a natural position, you can reach it, but you can only really get it open halfway, and I consider myself to have a relatively long thumb. You then have to reposition your hand to open it a bit more, but you know, it works. You know, I can take this out of my pocket and I can open and close it one-handed, but you're not getting it open quickly. You really do have to kind of think about it. It's not a huge problem for me. You know, obviously it probably won't do so well in maybe the American markets, where kind of, you know, flippers and thumb studs, the way you can just flick the knife open and things like that, are more common. But you know, for the UK market, I think this will do really, really well. And unlike things like a Swiss Army knife, it does feel like a bit of a hefty knife. You know, it's got some bulk to it. It's got a nice wide blade, even though it is UK legal, and it just feels a bit more like, I suppose, a normal knife rather than something you would automatically assume is UK legal. So what else can I say about this? Not a great deal really. It fits in my pocket really nicely. I've had this in jeans, I've had it in shorts and khakis. Barely notice it's there. As I say, it's quite a light knife. Give you a bit of a close-up of some of the fittings. You know, it's just, overall it's very, very well made. So you've got this nice little pocket clip here, which I'm trying to get on the camera. So the action on it and the pivots, really, really nice, really smooth operating. And all in all, I really, really like it. So there you go guys, the CRKT Liong Man Heinnie Haynes edition. Really nice little budget EDC. I say it cost me about £25, which is not bad for a small pocket knife, something that you can carry around and use every day. I think it will do reasonably well with things like carving, and actually, you know, it was really sharp out the box. I haven't touched this yet. Other thing to say, as I said, I bought this from Heinnie Haynes. Not a promotional video, but I do really rate them. I buy a lot of my knives and bladed tools from them. Really good service, good range and good prices as well. So if you're not familiar with them, check them out. Just be warned, you will probably end up spending some money if you go on the website. So fair warning from me. So I hope it was useful guys, giving you something to think about. Comments and questions in the box below. Hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you'll all join me next time. Cheers guys.